thank you, Patrick, for having this.
Okay. Now, what I want to do, I said we're going to get down a little bit, and before Tim's talks, I want to preach to the choir a little bit. And then we're going to have the candidates come up and we're going to introduce them. But I'm going to talk to you just as though you were Teamsters. We have a history in this country going back to the depths of the Depression, of the New Deal, and a lot of regulatory pieces were put together. A safety net was put together. Social Security was started. We had union organization. We had a Wagner Act. And we had all of these pretty good things. And it rolled pretty good. And for a long time, even the Republicans, and I'm talking about Eisenhower, and I'm talking about Ford, and I'm also talking about Nixon, they did not dare mess with the New Deal. But now we have a situation, and it's not just about the Democrats, and it's not just about the Republicans. It goes back 28 years. And I'm sorry to say that this crap, this bullshit started under a Democrat with Jimmy Carter. And the things that went on with Carter, with respect to the deregulation of the trucking industry, the deregulation of the airlines, and the other issues that took place, ended up costing Carter his job. And we ended up with the elevation of the so-called Reagan Democrats. And it's because the Democratic Party turned its back on the working people and turned their back on the regulations and the safety nets that we had coming out of the Depression. And some of you may not even know what I'm talking about because you're too young. But some of you do. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we went forward. And we ended up with Reagan, who continued the deregulatory piece. And all that bullshit about let the market work its magic, right? And let the wealth trickle down. And the busting of Patco. Remember? Let's go back. Let's go back. Go back to the 80s and what we experienced. And then after he was done with it, we ended up with Bush. And Bush continued it. And then we ended up with Carter. Well, not with Carter, but with Clinton. And Clinton abandoned us. He abandoned us. He didn't do any labor law reform. He didn't do anything for us in terms of trade. Yeah, we had globalization and we had free trade. And how many millions of jobs did it cost us as we went forward? What's happened to our industrial base? We had 14 auto plants here in California. Now we have one. What do we have in Michigan or Ohio? It's not hard to figure out why some of these states that were solid Democratic states started turning red. The industrial base was messed with. We lost our jobs. We had deregulation. And it's no wonder that public employees have become victims of opportunistic politicians that want to take away their pensions, that want to take away their defined benefits, that want to mess with their retiree coverage. All of these things go on. And so now we got a situation where the cops and the firefighters and the teachers and the other public employees, they're at risk. Their pensions are at risk. Their retiree medical is at risk. And the problem is that we don't have a strong UAW. We don't have a strong steelworkers. We don't have a strong machinists. We don't have a strong Teamsters. We don't have those industrial unions that mark the core of the partnership within the Democratic Party. Those jobs are gone. And it's completely unacceptable for us to recognize and validate a senator from a small state that tells the people in the heartland, basically, the jobs are not coming back. And he pulled the plug on Michigan. It reminds me of what happened when they told New York drop dead. But the fact of the matter is, we can't put up with 4 more years or 1 more year of what we've experienced over the last 8 years. And I don't care whether we go back to the issue of a phony war that's cost us our treasure, cost us the blood of the young, and it's shamed our country. It's shamed our country. And we've got a situation now where we've got somebody that wants to continue the policies continue the policies. They want to open the border to cross-border trucking, which threatens hundreds of thousands of jobs. They would love to move the distribution work down to Mexico and have the warehouses in Mexico and have the drivers from Mexico come up here and return at night at 1/10 of what our members and even what our non-members earn. It's unacceptable. We have a person that's running for office with a straight face that said he wanted to take $1.3 trillion out of Medicare. Are you shitting me? What's going on? Right? What's going on? None of it. Completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. And so we go on and we go on and we go on. And I can start on the stuff that he's doing. And the fact of the matter is, the deregulation of the financial services started long ago. But it's a shame that Rubin and Clinton and those guys went along with it. And we're going to have a little speech here, I think, at some point, maybe from somebody that has some expertise, if Tim Canova is still here. I don't know if he's here. He may have had to leave. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, they've deregulated us and downsized us, and we're not going to put up with it anymore. Right. We're not going to put up with it anymore. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that there's almost 500,000 Democrats in Orange County. Yeah. And that's something. That's something. And there's a lot of people that have declined to states. And there's a lot of Republicans that are no longer embracing the ideology, the laissez-faire market ideology that has taken us to where we are. We've got a situation now where people have lost, in some cases in the Inland Empire, half of the equity in their homes. Half of the equity in their homes. And we've got another situation around here, not in the Inland Empire, where people have lost 30% of their equity. And I don't have to tell you what's happened with people's 401ks. You all know that story, so we don't need to beat that to death. But it certainly shows the need for a strong Social Security. We know what we need. We know that if Barack Obama comes in, he's going to take care of the veterans. He's going to take care of the disabled. And he's going to do what's necessary to change the healthcare delivery system. And we're going to make that happen. And we've got some candidates here we're going to introduce you to that are with us. They're going to partner with the community. They're going to partner with labor. They're going to partner with the seniors. And they're going to partner with the youth.